Welcome back to Cocktails with Queens. Tonight, we are normalizing the conversation of mental health with Grammy Award winning singer, actress, author, and host of Checking In with Michelle Williams podcast. Please give it up for our beautiful, fabulous, talented, I can't even say enough adjectives, the Queen, Michelle Williams.
It is.
Hey,
It
girl,
is.
hey.
Hey to all you beautiful, amazing queens.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I feel
Good.
really good.
I love it. So let's jump into it then.
Yeah.
Why do you feel it's important for us to normalize conversations surrounding mental health?
It's important to normalize it so that when you ask somebody how they're really doing, maybe they'll be more inclined to say, I'm all right, but man, I've been having a few hard days, versus just kind of sweeping things under the rug, and to lessen the shame of someone who might be feeling depressed or having an anxious day.
Mm.
Well, let me say this, because that segues right into my question. Michelle.
Lisa.
Right.
I be getting nervous every time someone says it's the Lisa
Girl,
part.
me too. That's why I just tag on to it.
Look, I do too now. But it's about you. And what I love about this is that you've been very transparent about your battle with depression, because oftentimes people think depression is just in the bed, hungover, and just can't get up. But when we see you and we see you smiling, we see you at church, we see you singing, there's no way she could possibly be depressed. And you're saying, and you mentioned that it stemmed from the 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
When did you realize that you needed to address your battle with depression, and how are you managing it now?
Well, first off, again, thank y'all so much for having me here for this important discussion. I did not get a diagnosis of depression until I was in my 30s. So by that point, I was irritable, not able to seemingly appreciate great moments. And somewhere in my 20s, I felt like I was depressed. Now, when I say this, I do not want anybody to take this and run with it, because I've already had a conversation with Destiny's Child's manager. But I remember he was the first person I went to that said, hey, I think I'm depressed. And he's like, no, there's no way you can be depressed. Y'all just signed an amazing deal. You're about to go on tour. You have dolls that are coming out. And so I said, okay, you're right. Maybe I'm not depressed. Maybe I'm just homesick or just missing my granny's good Southern food. I don't know. But then fast forward to 2017, he told me, he said, Michelle, had I knew then what I know now about depression, he said, I definitely would have gotten you the help you need. So people probably still say that today, like Lisa, Vivica, Claudia, Selena, there's no way you can be having a down day. Y'all have this amazing show. You guys are producing movies and just killing it, killing the game. There's no way, but if there's some stuff that maybe you haven't dealt with from childhood, or even recent shenanigans that have just broken your heart, betrayal, disappointment, abandonment, untreated, any type of emotional pain, some of it can turn into depression.
Absolutely. And I first of all, let me just commend you for being an advocate for this, because especially in our community, because we shy away from this, even though it's starting to become more accepted, we still shy away from it. And it's because of, entertainers and figures like yourself that keep it in the light, and it's going to evoke more healing. I saw you on, during a recent engagement, but I saw it online, the conversation you had at City First Church.
Mm-hmm.
And, one of the things that you said that was so powerful that I actually have not heard anyone say, and, I have a therapist I see once a week, we talk about trauma and anxiety and all kind of stuff, but you said you thought that success would heal your trauma. Mm-hmm. Can you please speak to that more, like elaborate on that? Because, like you said, people think we just up here. popping, like we just doing it. And we as entertainers can get into that mindset as well. You know, like your manager said, oh, no, you got dolls coming out, you signed a deal, success, that's going to fix that. So can you talk to us about, you know, your experience with that, and how did you decide when it was time to turn a corner, you know, and and that it was time to fix this?
So good. All of us have it made up in our minds what success looks like up to us. Sometimes success just means I got all the kids out to school on time. You know, that's success. So I don't want anybody, right? Come on. So I don't want anyone to just equate success only with money, fame, and, you know, all that stuff. Because at that time, as a child, I remember saying there's got to be more to life than this. There's got to be more to life than dysfunction and toxicity and just all kinds of things that I was privy to and things that I was witnessing. And I just remember saying, oh, I can't wait, because when I get old enough, I'm going to college. Selena, me and you went to the same university.
Oh, down to the Illinois State.
Okay, so I was down there like, I'm finna be a forensic psychologist or amazing prosecuting attorney. I'm gonna make my money and y'all not gonna see me no more. Goodbye.
Right.
No. The thing that success or the finances can do though, it can give you the resources you need to get help. And then if you ever feel led to pay it forward to someone that you might feel that's in need. So I would say success maybe might highlight someone's dysfunction or their trauma. It might highlight who they really are, because when you give someone leadership and power or whatnot, who they really are comes out. And sometimes who we really are is a wounded little girl, a wounded little boy, right? And so it was time out for me to stop making excuses when certain relationships, you know, would not work out. So I couldn't say, I don't want to be 50 years old saying, well, you know, the reason why I went off on you is because of trauma. No. Because it's still hurting someone. Go get some therapy. Go uproot that stuff, which, by the way, is not your fault that someone hurt you, that someone abandoned you, that someone abused you. That is not your fault. Right. But how you choose to respond to people who have nothing to do with your pain, that's on you.
Okay.
Michelle, I love that someone who's as huge of a star as yourself, and we do see you as a success story. I mean, you're a bona fide successful, one of the most successful women in the world, actually, right? And the people from the outside looking in often look at women like you and the rest of the women on the panel as, well, you have this, you have that, you're beautiful, you're talented, and they think that's the fix to everything. You know, just like with life, oh, when I get in this relationship, I'll be happy. When I get this job, I'll be happy. So kudos to you for doing that, because a lot of times they don't realize you can have pockets that are fat and a heart that is empty or broken. Yes. And that's the saddest thing in the world. I just made that up, bars. Okay. That's one of the saddest things in the world, because it's like, you feel like, am I being ungrateful to God because I've been blessed, but I'm still sad. I still don't have this. And that goes to show that we are more the same than different, no matter what levels of success we are. So and I'm saying that for the soulmates in the chat that are watching this, because they think, oh, I think that's the justification a lot of times for people to be critical of celebrities or beautiful women or rich people. Well, you got this. You can have that. And some of the people that are so successful we've all seen are some of the most sad and depressed people in the world, because they're overachieving to take away from dealing with their issues. So I know that was a long, I don't like to do the super long comment before a question, but just, I want to give you a props, because that is not, you know, it's you're making yourself vulnerable to be open like that. So I appreciate you. I just want to say, oh, my cat want to get in the mix. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and get back to the script, Michelle. I love it. Let's talk about your podcast, Checking In with Michelle Williams. In a recent episode, you told your listeners that you are responsible for your healing. Tell us about that.
Again, you know, yes, we want to hold people accountable, or we would think, say, the person that might have hurt us, cheated, betrayed, stole from us, abused us, you would think, you know, you're going to get that apology. You think they're going to have this come to Jesus moment. I acknowledge what I did to you, Michelle. I acknowledge what I did to you, Lisa, Vivica, Claudia. if you're waiting on that, you might be waiting a long time.
Right.
Some people may, especially if they're on their own healing journey, and let them come to you with that apology, with that repentance. But some people, y'all, they don't even know they hurt you. They literally have moved on with their life. They're married with their kids. Sometimes they don't even know, but here you are holding on to some pain that somebody, because maybe you weren't even empowered to confront them when it happened, when it occurred. But 9 times out of 10, people have moved on, with their life. So if you're waiting on someone to come back to you, they probably are not. And it's amazing for you to be on your own healing journey so that when they do come to you, you ain't be like, all right, whatever. You can be like, you know what? Thank you so much. I am so thankful. That just really gives me some closure. Now, restoration of a relationship is not the same as reconciliation of a relationship. Reconciling means, okay, we can agree you did some jacked up stuff, bro. You did. That's it. Restoring means, okay, we're gonna go to brunch again. I've had some relationships where I accept your apology. We're not hanging out no more. Okay. That's just a boundary that you're just unsafe, but thank you for your apology. And then there are some people who are really like repentful, they're acknowledging, and some, ladies, like, yeah, I can let this person back in because I see the fruit of the work that they've been doing in their own life.
Amen.
Right. Yeah.
Michelle, any advice that you can give to our soulmates who may, be experiencing battles with their mental health right now?
It does not have to overtake you. You can definitely win. I heard someone say, don't use the word problem anymore. Use the word possibilities. Use the word possibilities. Because I think for me, I'm not ignoring what happened to me. I'm not ignoring anything. But I just refuse to let it just have a foothold over me for the rest of my life.
Yes.
I've been in so much counseling and so many retreats. There are times, one time me and my therapist, we talked about crawfish the whole hour because I didn't have nothing to talk about. I'm so good in my journey, but now it's proactive instead of reactive because I used to only go to therapy to tell on people.
Oh.
But now it's literally, okay, what am I doing in my journey that I inflicted pain on somebody that I need to get right?
I love it.
And then vice versa. So I would just tell anybody, I promise you, it's hard work. It is not easy to confront pain because a lot of us, we work hard to ignore the pain. We go into relationship after relationship because we feel like it's going to make us feel better. Or me, I go to car dealerships. The cars don't. My mama knew. She said, who broke your heart?
Okay. I love it. So tell us, what can fans expect from you next, Queen?
You know what? I feel so good in my purpose. Sometimes brokenness can kind of give you more of a good view on what purpose is, because brokenness can also humble you when you think you're going good. Sometimes God can redirect you to tell you, this is the season where you're going to make impact in the world through words in a different way, not just through music, but through the conversations, through your books and through the podcast. So it is a joy when I wake up in the morning and put 2 feet on these floors. Even today, I was excited to be having this conversation with y'all because it is purpose.
Michelle in the chat, I just want to tell you real quick, you're getting so much love in the chat. Arturo Fonzarelli says, I needed to hear this tonight. Makisha says, thank you, Michelle, for sharing all of this. I mean, they're just going on and on about Michelle, Arnold Norfleet, Michelle dropping some testimony gems. Like, if you can rewatch the show tomorrow, you can see all the comments. They are giving you so much love. And I think you would love to see what they're saying. They are feeling.
Can I give 2 or 3 resources for people?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Therapy for Black girls, Black female therapist, And then psychologytoday.com. If you're kind of curious, Mental Wealth Alliance, right? Because some people are like, I don't know about this therapy thing. I promise you, fellas.
Yes.
You're going to be so attractive. You're going to be like, yo, she can't stay off me. Or your partner going to be like, something's different about you.
Okay.
And then where can we catch your podcast?
It is on the Black Effect Podcast Network, through iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
I love it. I love it. Soulmates, if you are feeling overwhelmed or you just need someone to talk to, contact the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration National Helpline at 1-800-662-HELP. Michelle, we thank you so much for being with us, Queen. You know we love you. We love
From
you
the
so much.
bottom of my heart.
Continued success.